And I think that's with this film, leading with this is a safe space, the love is there. All the things that you have that you think you don't have, look into your household or look what's inside of you to provide for what you need. At the center and the core of a lot of family issues is just they want you. I called her, I was like, so can you pay for a ticket back? She was like, you better make a way back.
Ooh. Hey y'all, welcome to Inside Out Podcast live at BraveMaker Film Festival. This is the first time Inside Out Podcast has ever been live. The intention of this podcast is to enrich your life with behind the scenes interviews and conversations from thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and creatives about how they live their lives from the inside out. Enjoy. Today, right now, I have with me Kristina Thomas. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hello. She is the writer or the director of Saving All My Love and is here to talk to us more about the film, which was here at the festival. Can you tell us more about the film and about yourself?
Yes, the film is about a young woman who has to move back in with her hoarding mother. And it came out of a fellowship program called Project Involve, which was through Film Independent organization based in LA, but it's all over. And I pitched on this project and another project, and I got this project, Saving All My Love.
I have been begging you for years to clean up. Would it kill you to get rid of a few things so I can move in?
I'm not throwing away anything.
Cleanliness is next to godliness, and Mama is going straight to hell. She doesn't straighten up.
Lord, if you're coming back today,
This is your stuff!
please stop by my house first.
And it's an all-women team. And we really stressed making everybody on the crew a woman or non-binary person. And it was like 80% of our crew was all women. We barely had any conflict or anything. It was smooth sailing. And yeah, we were moving fast on that project.
How many days?
We did 2 days.
2 days.
And 1 day to set up all the hoarding in the house.
Okay. I did look at that, like the production design. I was like, this environment is truly hoarding. There was no like taking shortcuts on a hoarder's environment at all.
Yeah.
Like y'all really went all in.
Yeah, shout out to our production designer, Blair Barnett. She had a hoarding parent.
Okay.
And she just got off a project for a commercial for hoarding.
Yeah.
So she was already like, oh, I got you. I already know this. I already know this back and forth.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. What I was about to share with you I was like, let me just save it for the camera. My dad, I'm temporarily relocating to the Bay Area for the rest of the year. And so my dad is helping me move, so to speak. He told me yesterday, he was like, I have bar stools at my place, and I was like, I'm getting rid of them. They're not comfortable. They were cheaper when I got them anyways. I don't need them. He's like, well, I'm thinking of the backyard. I'm like, Dad, what do we need these bar stools in the backyard for? Like, what?
Yeah.
It is like the little subtle things, but I love how there was the tenderness in the film, and there's this grace that is still extended to her mom, regardless of the fact that hoarding can feel very claustrophobic and constricting, just like mentally, to people who need the space. You know what I mean? Which is what Mickey was expressing, right? Yeah. So you've shared that this film is deeply inspired by your relationship. What would you say that was a moment where you're like, I have to tell this story?
I think the writer, Tyler Young, I was inspired by her story. It was with her mother and her sister about just hoarding and the things that you hoard. And for me, it's the relationship with mother-daughter, especially when I was pitching the story. I just talked about my relationship with my mom. And the one thing that brought us together is ever since college, every Sunday, I have to call my parents.
Okay.
And that was set up by my mom because she was like, no, like if you're in a foreign country in the middle of nowhere, you're going to call me and we're going to have a chat because I need to know that you're alive and that you're well. And with this, that's what the relationship was all about. They thought that they didn't want to talk to each other. It was all about miscommunication. And if you just literally sit each other down and just like, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then you kind of get an open communication of just a start of a conversation, which just reveals like how much you just miss each other and miss the relationship of how it used to be.
Yeah. And hoarding as a metaphor, do you think that is why her mom, partly why her mom's holding on is like, because she talks about everything leaving her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so it is her hanging on to the memories. Is that what you would see it as?
Yeah. She's hanging on to the memories and hanging on to the time, like I'm reading a book because now I'm a professor. Ow, right? And this person, I was telling them all the things that was going on because I'm teaching college, but I taught elementary, junior, and high school production.
Okay.
And now this generation, I'm just like, I don't get y'all. Like, I'm saying back in the day all the time. And there's a book called 11 to 25. And a lot of it is miscommunication because automatically 11 to 25 is automatic, like, you don't get me, you said something negative. And now I'm listening to the portion, I'm doing the audiobook of it. It's just like, no, it's leading with positivity of just letting them know, like, everything is fine. You're in a good space. Like, this is a safe space. You have to remind people you're in a safe space. And I think that's with this film, leading with this is a safe space, the love is there.
11-25?
11 to 25.
11 to 25. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the age range from 11 to 25, that's when you lose people. Well, you lose young people because they're starting in maturity. And they are literally becoming men, women, non-binary people. They're starting to figure out who they are, but they don't know how to form their thoughts yet. They're now in a generation, especially since COVID hit, they don't know how to, talk. Hello, you're weird. Hi, how you doing? They do not know how to express themselves without feeling punished or feeling anxiety or depression. And I think that's a lot of the miscommunication that we have today that I don't realize until I read this book is it's at all age ranges, but it's particularly between the ages of 11 to 25.
Right. Y'all, we have a live studio audience, so y'all can be live. Come on. I would love to ask you though, what do you think happens then on the other side of 25 if your communication and your environment has not been safe?
Therapy. Honestly,
therapy generation.
Well, it's not even a therapy generation. It's dealing with and understanding and breaking down our trauma that we haven't processed yet. Because as an adult, you are now grown. You're paying your bills possibly, but you're also just figuring out what you want to be and what you're here on this earth to be.
Right.
Because a lot of the times we go from 11 to 25 just trying to figure things out, and then by 26 our healthcare drops us, we ain't on our parents' stuff, and now we have to figure things out, and we really have to hone in on like what we truly have deep and down inside of us.
Right.
And it's just like, I was just talking to somebody this morning about God sends you signals. Look, God sends you signals. Exodus 4:1. Okay. He literally puts the things in your life. He literally put a staff. He was like, I gave you a staff, put it down. Turns into a snake. All the things that you think you don't have, look into your household or look what's inside of you to provide for what you need.
This is the second or third time I've heard that in like 4 days.
Well, shout out to Pastor JP.
Okay.
Faithful Central Church.
Oh, Faithful.
That's my pastor.
Okay.
Yes.
Pastor Sarah Jakes this was from 2 weeks ago, but I was listening to it on my drive back up to the Bay on Thursday. And she was referencing just like, what do you have? Like, It's there.
And that's what I think a lot of filmmakers, we always are like, what the heck do we have to do? Like, how do we get this money? And I was asking Hillary the other day, I was like, well, how do I get this money for this film? I don't know what I'm going to do. And he was like, well, ask ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to provide a list of grants and scholarships to get this film that you've been working on for 10 years. And I was like, that sounds so easy, but it's like literally God created AI. Look, I have my problems, but God created AI to have a tool to get you the things that you need to do. And also I met somebody here that like I went to Pitch Fest. I didn't even know I was pitching until yesterday. And literally I pitched my ass off, and two people came up to me like, how can I be a part of this project? And I haven't gotten that before because I gave up on this project. I've been working on this for 10 years. And I was like, I'm setting it down December 2024. And now it's July 2025. And I had to pitch something. I was like, I'm going to pitch this thing. And here we are.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that, right? There is a quote in the film, and Mickey says, "If you make space for me, I'll make space for you." Can you share with us the deeper meaning of those themes and confronting that? We kind of just touched upon it with 11 to 25, but just going a little bit deeper. That really stood out to me.
Yeah, and I think some of my friends were even like, "Why would you show this film to me?" Like, what? I'm like, I don't know how to create the space for people, and I think that's another tool that we have inside of each other. Like, we have the space to include people, things, etc. But we don't necessarily know how to provide for that space. Sometimes we have to, again, the 1125 of it all. How do we deal with being open and honest with ourselves to provide open and clear answers, to providing the tools to make things? Like, literally, she just had to open her mouth and say her true intentions with her mother.
Right.
Her mom literally had to sit back, stop yelling, stop overthinking or jumping to conclusions about her daughter hates her, when it literally was just like, I just need space. I need you. At the center and the core of a lot of family issues is just, they want you. And I can tell you, definitely during COVID, when we were on lockdown and I went home to stay with my parents for a couple of months, literally, that was our big issue. We did not know how to create space for each other in a house together because we didn't know how to communicate. We literally just had to say, look, I love you, but you need to turn the TV down. Look, I love you. I don't like that vegan food. I'm not going to try that. But it was like once my parents said that and I said that to them, it was just like, oh, okay, well, can we communicate on like, can you try this vegan food? Can you try some fruit? Can you do this? Hey, can you walk with me down the street? Because this is why I became vegan, because of you, because of your health. It's literally, let's start the conversation. Let's open the space. And that can be different for any person.
You know some good vegan chicken, you said, in LA. What was the place?
Yes, I do. Oh my God. There's this place, oh my God, Doomies. Doomies is fried chicken. Oh my God. I dream of it every single day. Shout out to Doomies. Oh my God, they're my Latino people. Y'all be making this vegan diner food that is off the hook, and I need y'all not to come for me in your head and not out loud. Like, it is killing the game. Okay, all right.
Where's it at?
It's in Hollywood, right behind the ArcLight, the closed ArcLight dome.
Okay.
If you go in there, oh my God, I'm like salivating. Think about it.
I was like, what's this vegan chicken you talk about?
If I can learn how to make it.
I love that.
Yeah, right on there.
Right, let's say, okay. Do we have any questions before I continue? Because I can go like an hour of a podcast, but we don't got an hour. All right, y'all. You know, say that. I'm going to keep going. So I want to talk about direction, though, and the layering. How did you create, and you only shot for 2 days, we know.
Yeah.
Rehearsals?
Yeah, we had one rehearsal for 2 hours. And again, I'm so thankful for Project Involved. That was a program I applied for on and off for 10 years.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to real quick. I gotta veer off because this is a moment of encouragement. How did you muster up the courage to continue to apply after?
Literally, it was the year before. My friend Sydney Lowe, she had been through the program I think in 2017, 2018. And she was like, I just don't understand like how you didn't get in the program. Like, you're so talented. And I was like, I know, right? And she was just like, well, you should come to the screening. And I came to the screening and I met a couple of people who are in Project Involved because they have a screening every year. They have a big screening. And I met some of the people. They were like, yeah, with your resume, you should just apply again. I was like, okay, for sure. And I applied again because I had a new sample, Worth It, which was another proof of concept short that I had in film festivals. And I ended up making it to the next round. I'd never making it to the round. And then I found guess who was in the interview?
Ooh.
Somebody who helped me get the USC Black Alumni Scholarship 13 years prior. She is now a part of Film Independent.
What?
And so she flagged my application because she knew back then at USC, like, I was serious. And so she was just like, literally she was just like, yeah, we made sure, like, you know, to flag your application because you said in your thing you had been applying for 10 years.
Oh, you said it in your application.
Yeah, I was like, look, y'all ain't not gonna pass on me today, okay? Because I also have been volunteering for Film Independent for 4 years too.
Fly with them.
Yeah, because when I was in LA, I was literally, nobody could tell me I didn't do everything that I could to make it in this industry. Like, you can't tell me. Today, people try to tell me like, oh, but you didn't do that. And I was like, let me tell you what I haven't put on my resume that I did do. The only thing is I still just haven't had the opportunity yet. I haven't had certain things yet. I literally wake up to, like, my Bible study group, that's me and a bunch of women writers. We all say, like, we wake up and say, thank you for the opportunities that are about to come. Thank you for the preparation for the things that I need and want from you. And so I got that. And when I got into the program, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jay. She was just like, I wanted to make sure you know, I made sure to pull your application because I know how hard you work and how you need this fellowship to get ahead. So, yeah.
Wow, look at that. Divine timing.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would change about how you felt about yourself in that 10-year journey to get there? Is there anything if you could speak to your younger self, say, ooh, you didn't need to feel that about yourself?
I think do more productions.
Do more productions.
Do more productions, because when I got into the program, just to follow up on your question, it was so many great things in that program of just, we got into a directing class, and I've taken directing classes before. I was like, okay, I'm taking this directing class. But we had someone who literally works with actors all the time, gets paid thousands of dollars to be on set with Brad Pitt and them. And he gave us new things to just help us direct these actors and things to think about that I didn't even think about, because I give this to my students. I make them do these same things. Like, they asked us, this director asked us to ask the actors during rehearsal just like questions like, why did you move in that space? Okay, there's a box and there's all these materials, but what's in the box that you don't want her to move? And that goes in the perspective of making space for her, of like, maybe in that box was all the sentimental things of when they were doing all of these pageants, and it was the one dress that won the award, and she doesn't want anybody to touch it. And you keep on asking those questions, and you keep on unfolding new things where you're just like, am I a great director? Am I doing the thing? Am I doing the thing? And that literally just, again, Project Involve really did a great thing of just providing tools like that and opportunities for the directors. That's what I can speak to, of just helping me to be a better director that I didn't even know like I could get better at.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Yes, Hilliard.
Hey, Hilliard, yes, sir. I was thinking about something she was saying a moment ago, and it occurred to me, and you know this, we interview a lot of people. Everybody doing, oh, sorry. I was that guy. I realized that everybody that I ever interviewed out of 500, 600 people, everybody at some point made it when they were ready to give up everything.
I know.
Including myself.
Yes.
It's true, still the truth. So that's why I love your story, because it's really about, we always talk about something about folks in the Bay. There's something about the resilience, something about, yeah, for a minute. But there's something about the grind and the hustle that we naturally have, that you go to LA, you do all your work and nothing works. You come home, you're like, I'm gonna do one more thing. It's like you just can't, you just keep trying to do one more thing until the one thing happens. So I saw that. I was like, well, that's my 11th curve.
Yeah, that grit.
No, that happened again when I was in New York.
Okay.
My friend got into the DGA program, and we were on college road trip. I flew to New York from Oakland because he was like, yo, I got you a PA gig on college road trip. I'm literally dating myself, Martin Lawrence and Raven-Symoné, which, funny enough, years later, I'll be on a game show and she would be the host.
Wow.
Second day on the thing, I'm PAing. I'm like, yes, I'm in Leeds. I'm in Connecticut. We about to do this. At the end of the day, they're like, so we no longer need your services. And I was like, I literally convinced my mom to pay for my AirTran ticket. Again, dating myself. And she was like, I called her. I was like, so can you pay for a ticket back? She was like, you better make a way back.
Ooh.
And my friend let me stay at his apartment because he was staying on the feature film for a month and a half. And so I stayed with him and his 4 roommates on 123rd and Lenox, when there still was Lenox Lounge at the time. And I was literally on Craigslist every single day, making a way to pay for my ticket back to Oakland. But during that time, I had made a documentary at Howard. Hurricane Katrina had hit in 2005. And me and 500 other Howard students, we went down to gut out homes and to help with the community. But we started to see that there were other problems that going on in New Orleans after Katrina hit. I went another time. I think it was another year, the year following. And again, I brought my camera. Filmed all this stuff. And I was just like, I don't know what to do with it. A contest happened. As I'm in my friend's Harlem apartment, they were like, hey, we'll give you $50,000 to make a pilot. You just have to make a trailer. And I'm like, let me just edit this thing on my Final Cut Pro on my thing because I'm bored. Next thing you know, 4 months later, Jesse Jackson is telling me that I won $50,000 to make a pilot with young people rebuilding New Orleans. So yeah.
Wow. And you were still in Harlem at that time?
Yeah. It took me 20 days to get the money.
Come on, 20 days.
But we made it back to Oakland.
That's the story. That's a book. You got to write that in a book. 20 days.
Yeah, 20 days. So I was like, I don't want to be here no more. I need trees. Harlem ain't got no trees. They got chicken. They got chicken and fries for $6.
Because he wasn't a vegan yet.
I wasn't vegan. Oof. Oof. I wouldn't have survived. I wouldn't have survived on the Harlem streets. Nope.
We are so close to having to close, but I want to leave how many directors do we have out here? Director, love it. I want to leave our directors with some insight into how to work with actors. Under pressure, under time constraints, what are some healthy ways to create an environment, again, safety for your actors to be able to deliver performance, but also for them to enjoy their experience?
Look, I've had good and bad situations, and I say that lightly with the word bad. It's just sometimes it's just your team. You have to be surrounded with a team that you can trust, producers, your unit production manager, your actors, your crew. I always have meetings with all of them.
With everybody, the team or actors?
All the team, like people who I was like, I don't know you. We should talk for a second. Because you got to create a safe space for everybody. And even the actors, because even though it's just like everybody thinks it's just focusing on the actors. No, it's everybody. You got to meet everybody on set. I even had a prayer on set. I was just like, look, protect us. Like, keep us safe. Let's have open communication, which, again, I love that we had so many women on set because I feel like it also created a safe space to be like, bringing me aside, like, hey, Kristina, this is not working for me. Or literally I had a conversation. We had a whole hair situation. And it took us 2 hours, and then we found out we just had to bump the scene because we had 23 setups the first 23 setups the first day, and then 26 setups the second day. And I think for me, look, I move fast. It's all about it's also about preparation with your actors. When you have a good rehearsal, if you can have a rehearsal, it's all about making sure that they also feel safe. I keep on saying that just because, again, we are in a time where nobody checks on each other. Yeah. And one thing I took from Hilliard is I took from him because I felt like I hadn't done things correctly, and I asked him about this. I took my actors to dinner. That's the advice you gave? Because I was just like, they need to get to know me. And also, I don't want them to be afraid to not come to me. Yeah. And literally, like, you want to take me out to dinner? I was like, yeah, I'll pay for everything. And this is during the strike. So I'm literally like, I'm going to pick a place that's cheap enough.
Look at that vegan chicken.
But we talked for almost 2 hours. And they were like, you want to talk about the film? I was like, no, we can talk about the film, or we can just talk about life. And they just were like literally all super nice. And one person I've been wanting to work with for forever, Venus, who I watched her on Salute Your Shorts on Nickelodeon. And now I got to work with her. And because we have been playing dodgeball together for 5 years on the team. And now she was in my film. It was just like, oh, okay, now we have the connection. Now we have the safe space. So then when it was rehearsal time, I could throw things at them and do those things like asking questions. You ask the questions of, okay, I'm going to let you guys do a rehearsal first. Just move how you think you're going to move. And then we literally start blocking as they start talking, and we start to provide a space, since literally we only had one location. So I could set up the blocking as they're talking, and then I could put in my purview. Okay, I know you moved there, but what if we moved here? Because what if in this scenario you had to move there to make sure she doesn't leave the room? Again, asking the questions and making sure that they also had input into where they're moving.
Okay.
That's why you rehearse, because you have more time, because when you're on set and you got 23 setup.
In 2 days.
Yeah, in 2 days with 3 people and 1 camera.
Okay.
I also have to emphasize, we had 1 camera and we were beating that light for the death of us. Shout out to my cinematographer, Lackman, because she was just like, okay, we're doing it. But blocking, setups, I draw all of my shots.
Okay.
And we like prepared for like 2.5 hours, and that was just enough time, because I already had set up things for her, for Lackme, and she already had set up things for me. We were literally we were in sync. So when it was dealing with the actors trusted us.
Right.
So it was all just about like, we prepped for everything. Even the things when shit hit the fan, they were just like, they even checked on me. They're like, Kristina, you good? I was like, I'm not good. And they were like, well, you know what? We're going to breathe together. Because we also started a breathing exercise. Oh my God. The director from Project Involved.
Hope y'all are taking notes.
He was like, you need to do breathing exercises. And I was like, but then we started doing breathing exercises. And I did it a lot of the time for that first day, because it was 93 degrees and we were in a house with no AC.
Ooh. And it was already claustrophobic because you had a hoarding set.
He had a hoarding set. And then again, you have to create a space where they have to be open to moving and doing all the things and be in sync. But yeah, it was like a lot of times I was like, take my hand. All right, let's breathe. And one of my producers, I remember they were trying to come in. I was like, we need to breathe right now. And they were like,
I love that.
Okay. But it was just, again, you set up all of that, and I'm an over preparer, because I want to make sure on the day of it, literally shit hits the fan. Literally can have a moment and say, breathe.
Right.
And we have enough time to do that, because time is money. So yeah, I say that to directors. And again, I'm still learning and improving and doing all the things, but I think that's what I learned most from being on Saving All My Love, and again to Project Involved, setting me up for greatness. And also shout out to my mentor, Andrew who just came out with Wedding Banquet, who literally, he's working with the same actors because he set them up for success, and he set himself up for success of just knowing like, I'm working with the same people who get me and know how to move.
Yeah. Thank you. That's such beautiful advice. Y'all give her a round of applause. Oh my goodness. I have to be selfless and I have to let you go, because you do need to catch up, right?
Yes, I do.
But how can we follow you and continue to support you along this journey that you are on?
You can go to my website, www.Kristina Renee Thomas. That's Kristina with a K. It's Kristina Thomas with a K. And now I've kind of started a page where I share my stories in 1 minute called the White Robe Stories.
Oh, where's that?
It's on all Instagram, on the Instagram.
Okay.
No TikTok, no nothing else. I just was like, everybody keeps on asking me about all the stories that I have.
I use some stories.
And I do like every Friday, 1 minute, like, this is what happened to me years ago, or this is what happened to me yesterday. Just to kind of get the stories out. And I'm a writer, so I literally have to sometimes just log in the stories to make sure, like, remember that time you got through that, or that was fucked up. Like I literally had to do a 3-part series on the $50,000 thing.
Oh yeah, So I want you to know you will be hearing from me again for part 2. We're running out of time, but y'all, there will be a part 2 to this, because I have look at all these questions. I know I didn't have enough time. I just had so many things I wanted to talk about. But we are going to also discuss screenwriting next, because I want to talk about that journey, and then we'll check in. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. It is Inside Out Podcast live at BraveMaker Film Festival. For y'all that don't know about BraveMaker, BraveMaker is a celebration of brave, independent cinema in San Francisco's Bay Area. The film festival is a highly anticipated event in Redwood City that takes place every July. The fest is a celebration of independent cinema and features a wide range of thought-provoking films, including documentaries, narratives, and shorts, with great panels, workshops, and parties. Make sure you follow BraveMaker Film Fest and BraveMaker.org on Instagram to learn more and to be a part of this community and to apply to the film festival next year. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Wait. Before you go, don't forget to like this episode. Give it a thumbs up or a heart, depending on where you're watching or listening, and comment. I will continue the conversation with you in the comments, and be sure to subscribe wherever you watch or listen to Inside Out Podcast. You can catch Inside Out Podcast on YouTube. Of course, you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon Music, or iHeartRadio. And y'all, that is not it. If you really love you some Inside Out Podcast, there is a Patreon community just for you. For only $15 per month, you can join the Patreon as a member. And every 3 months, I will send you some Inside Out Podcast swag, y'all. Yes, straight from the Inside Out Podcast store, just for showing us some love. You can, of course, follow Inside Out Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you for showing us love, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Whoa.